and welcome to Home with Sarah Jane. Today I have a homeschooling video for you. I wanted to share what I'm going to be using in our March morning basket for our morning time in our homeschool. So if you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Sarah and I'm a homeschooling mom to two girls ages 10 and 14. Lydia is in the 5th grade and Bella is in the 8th grade. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by once again. I do really appreciate you. So March, I can't believe it's already March that I'm planning for. I'm kind of, I don't know. I feel like this year is just flying by so much and I can't cover everything that I want to cover. But I mean, it's okay. That's kind of how some of the homeschool years go. But let's talk about March morning basket. Please keep in mind when I'm talking about this basket, just know that all of the books and resources that I'm going to be using were something that I already had on hand. I am currently in a no spend month, so I was not able to go out and purchase anything new for this morning basket or to even add to it craft wise. I usually like to have like a craft or something in our morning basket as well, and I just kind of had to come up with things that I already had. So this basket kind of has two themes this month. My kids did choose Greek mythology as their theme for this basket. I didn't necessarily really want to cover Greek mythology. Not that it's bad. It's just I was wanting to go into something different and they chose Greek mythology, which I think is a lot of fun and very fascinating. And I did have, you know, a good amount of books on it. So yay, win there. And then the other topic that we're going to be studying for March, St. Patrick's Day. Of course, St. Patrick's Day is in March, so I wanted to do some kind of like mini unit study, maybe take, you know, a few days in March and just really, you know, learn about St. Patrick's Day and things like that. So the first thing I want to share with you is our book and a movie pick. So the first book that we're going to be reading is Holes. We have never read this book or watched the movie, so this is going to be a completely new story for us, and I am looking forward to something new and fresh. I feel like a lot of the book and the movies that we've been doing, we at least know the basic storyline, so this is going to be something completely new for us, and I'm looking forward to that. Now, if we have time, and only if we have time, we will also read Freaky Friday for our book and a movie as well. I already know the story of Freaky Friday. My kids don't really know the story of Freaky Friday, so this will be new to them. And I don't know what version of the movie we'll watch. If you have any recommendations on which version we should watch, let me know in the comment section. But yeah, so if we have time, we'll also read Freaky Friday. Now, something that I'm really looking forward to is the fact that Gather Round, this is not sponsored, Gather Round Homeschool just released a 3-day mini unit study on St. Patrick's Day. So this is going to be something that I add into our morning time this year. I'm really looking forward to this. It looks like a lot of fun. I have not been able to purchase it yet because again, I'm in my no spend, but I did like pretty much, you know, go online and kind of stalk this unit study and just learned about a whole bunch of things that go along with this unit study. So I'm really looking forward to it. So again, it is a 3-day mini unit study on St. Patrick's Day. There's also a book list on there where they're not required readings to go with this unit study, but they're like recommendations of books that you could read along with this unit study. So if I have time and if I'm out of my no spend month, I might pick a few of those up as well to go with this basket. But I do, which you'll be seeing in a moment, I do already have a couple of St. Patrick's Day books on hand that I can use in place of this, you know, the books on the book list. Now, another resource that comes with this mini unit study is they have like this little resource section where it has like video and movie recommendations. So that's definitely something that we're going to try and look into to go along with this mini unit study. It looks like a lot of fun. And the lessons themselves, there's only 3, but I love that. You know, I love that it's just like a really small mini unit that I could get done in less than a week. But there are 3 lessons in this unit study, and the first one is where it all began. The second lesson is who was St. Patrick, and the third lesson is how St. Patrick's Day spread. So again, this looks like a lot of fun. It looks like something my kids would really enjoy, and I do like the fact that there's only 3 lessons, so it's not going to take a whole bunch of time. Because again, we will be taking a week off in March for spring break. Now, to add in with our St. Patrick's Day unit study, we will also be reading Pete the Cat. Pete the Cat, The Great Leprechaun Chase. if you've been on my channel before, you know that my kids are older. I think I even mentioned it. They're 10 and 14. But we love children's books, and we really enjoy reading Pete the Cat stories still. So Pete the Cat pretty much shows up at every holiday. And my youngest daughter will still even read Pete the Cat books, you know, just for fun. So we will be reading Pete the Cat, The Great Leprechaun Chase. It's just a cute story. And again, Pete the Cat always has something nice to say. The next book we'll be reading for St. Patrick's Day is The Irish Cinderlad. Now this is this book I've had for many, many years now. And so these actually next few that I show you, these are books that I've had on hand for a really long time. So we read these every single year for St. Patrick's Day, no matter what. This one is The Irish Cinderlad. This one is a cute little story. My kids do enjoy this one. And I think that there's just something about books that you read only at a certain time of year, like holiday type books, that just make them even more special. So, you know, your kids could just really look forward to, oh, it's almost St. Patrick's Day, we get to read that, you know, fun story, or, you know, whatever. It's just cute. So another book we'll be reading is The Last Snake in Ireland, a story about St. Patrick. This book I've had since before I even had kids. It came from like a used bookstore, and I just thought it was really cute, so I purchased this before I even had children. But again, we read it every single year. My youngest daughter specifically loves this book, but I think it has to do with the fact that she likes reptiles, and this is talking about, you know, the last snake in Ireland. So I think that that's why she enjoys this one so much. And the last St. Patrick's Day book that we'll be reading is called A Leprechaun's St. Patrick's Day. This one, again, I've had it probably a decade, but we do read it every single year. So, and this one is like really messed up. This book even has like water damage. I don't know if you could tell, but like at the top, there's like water damage, and it's just old and banged up, and it's loved is what it is. It's very much loved. Now, for the second part of our morning basket, like I was saying earlier, we're going to be studying Greek mythology. And my kids really wanted to focus on the mythology part of it, not like Greece necessarily, but we kind of compromised there. I did tell them I wanted to add in just maybe, you know, 2 or 3 books that kind of go over like some actual like facts and history and stuff like that. So one of the books that I decided to add in is Where is the Parthenon? Now, we read this book years ago, and my kids did enjoy it. So I thought that this would be perfect to add in again. And these ones, you can read these in only a few days. And that's what I like about these, like, you know, who was, where is, you know, what was type of books. They're not super long, but they give you a lot of great information. Okay, so the next book I have is called The Glory of Greece. Now, with this book, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of use it like a spine. I'm going to just read a couple of like pages out of this book every single day during our morning time, and then probably go through and read like a myth or a legend. So again, this one's called The Glory of Greece. This one does have a lot of great information in it. And I will, like I said, I'll be reading this over the entire month. So I'm not going to just like sit down and read this from start to finish. I'm going to just pick a few pages each day and work my way through this book slowly. And then after I read the section out of this book, I'll go into one of these books I'm about to show you. So the first book I'm going to show you is called The Usborne Illustrated Stories from the Greek Myths. Now, this book we have never read. I do have the Usborne Illustrated Stories or Legends of King Arthur. We really, really enjoyed that book. I think that's the one I have. Yeah, it was King Arthur, not Merlin, right? I think it was King Arthur. And we really, really enjoyed that book. So when I seen this at a used bookstore a few months ago, it was only 50 cents. So I had to get it, of course. And it's a really beautiful book. And it has a whole bunch of Greek mythology and stories throughout this book. And I love that it has pictures. And I just thought that this would be great for this morning basket. And I do like that they have like the attached like bookmark too. So this one I think that my youngest daughter is really going to enjoy. This one is called Greek Heroes and Mythical Beasts Discover the Myths and Legends of Ancient Greece. Now, I read this one to my oldest daughter years ago. I've had this book for a while. I think my youngest will love this one. She likes to learn about all different kinds of creatures and, you know, I don't know, just, you know, the beasts and stuff from legend. She really enjoys that. And this book was a lot of fun when I read it to my oldest daughter. So I do think that my youngest will enjoy this one. Okay, so now most of these are just picture books now. We are going to be reading Pandora's Box. We love children's books. I know my kids are in the 5th and 8th grade, but we just love reading children's books. We will also be reading Theseus and the Minotaur. Minotaur? I don't know. But yeah, these ones are actually really cute books. I do enjoy these ones. I have a couple of them that I'm going to share with you today. I can't turn the page. There we go. We will also be reading Jason and the Argonauts. Now, I've actually had these books a really long time. I used to work at a bookstore, and I started buying these children's books back before I even had kids. I just really enjoy children's books. So these I've had, I mean, gosh, I want to say like, I don't know, 20 years. Like, no joke, I've probably had these 20 years. This one is The Adventures of Perseus. Sorry, my ring light is over there because it's getting kind of dark. So, sorry for the weird lighting. And then that's pretty much what I'm going to be using for, like, you know, majority of my basket. But we also study art and poetry during our morning time. So I do want to share what we're going to be doing for that as well. And I wanted to tie in some kind of like Greek art to go with this basket. And I bought this book, I don't know, a month or two ago. I may have shared it on a haul video. I'm not sure if I did. But yeah, so I bought this not that long ago. And it's called The Severe Style of Ancient Greek Art, Art History for Kids. So I thought this would be perfect to add into this morning basket. And it's not super long, but it does go over ancient Greek art. And I just thought it would be a perfect, you know, match, I guess you can say, for this basket. But because I think we'll be finishing up this book really quickly, I did want to continue on with this book, which is The Story of Paintings, A History of Art for Children. We've been working our way through this book for a little while now, and I'm really, really, really enjoying it. I love that it's the way that we're using it is very simple. So in this book, all you do is you'll read a small section about an author, and it will kind of talk about the painting a little bit, and then you just look and study, you look at and study the painting. So it's very simple, very basic, but I'm really liking this approach. We were kind of struggling with trying to fit in art, even just one day a week. So I thought that this would be perfect, and I'm really liking this book. Now, the last thing that we're going to be reading in our morning basket is for poetry, and we're just going to continue our way through Read Aloud Poems for Young People, an Introduction to the Magic and Excitement of Poetry. So this book, it's pretty thick. Again, this is something I found at a used bookstore, and we're really enjoying it. So just every Friday, we just read a few poems out of this book, and we'll just probably continue it until the end of the school year. But yeah, this has so many different poets in it, though. There's like Maya Angelou, E.E. Cummings, Lewis Carroll, Emily Dickinson. Like, there's so many different poets in this poetry book. And again, we're just really, really enjoying it. Now, I did want to mention, I don't know if I'm going to use this in my actual morning basket. I probably won't. I kind of think it's weird to read like graphic novels or comics out loud. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but I just think it's, I don't know. I don't know. But I do have these, they're called Olympians. These graphic novels or comics, whatever you want to call them, I do have this collection of them. And I think that this would be really great for my kids to read during this morning basket. But I think I'm just going to kind of leave it as an option for them. Each book is about a different Greek god and kind of like their story behind it. But again, I don't know if I'll use it in my morning basket because I just feel weird about reading comics out loud. I feel like it's something that is better read independently. So I think I'm going to leave this as an option for my kids instead of like something that's assigned in our morning time. So yeah, but I did want to mention these in case, you know, you have a kid that's interested in comics or graphic novels. These seem really good. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention is that I do normally have some kind of craft or activity inside morning time or in morning basket. But again, I'm not spending any money. So I had to kind of come up with something that I would have around the house. And the only thing I could find is this green glitter glue to make slime. So we do have stuff for slime on hand, and I thought this would be really fun for my younger daughter to do during morning basket time when we're doing our St. Patrick's Day unit study. Other than it being green, it has nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day. I know that, but I just thought it would be like a little fun hands-on activity for her to do. And again, it's the only thing I could come up with right now while I'm in this no spend month. Normally I'd go to like the dollar store or like the Dollar Tree or something and find like some kind of little craft or activity for her to do there, but I'm not even spending $1.25 to go to the Dollar Tree right now. So she's gonna make green slime. Now for my older and youngest daughter, for some kind of craft or activity to go with this basket, I decided to have them make an Irish inspired meal, whether it be a dinner, a breakfast, a lunch, a bread, a dessert, whatever. I'm going to let them choose. We are going to go on Pinterest and we are going to look up some kind of Irish recipe for my kids to make. I think it's fantastic. I love bringing food into learning. So, I mean, yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And my kids do love to cook. So that's what I'm going to use during this no spend month as kind of like the craft or activity to go with our morning basket. I'm going to just go on Pinterest and have them pick some kind of St. Patrick's Day or Irish inspired, you know, recipe to make. So that is everything that is going to be inside of our March morning basket. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you so much for stopping by. You have a great day. Bye.